Hey there, welcome back to the Cappuccino Show. What I want to talk to you about in this video is Bitcoin. And I feel like grand assumption here that everyone here, and I'm on my computer, everyone here has heard of Bitcoin, but you may not know what it is. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Bitcoin and why I'm talking about it and how it relates to our trading space. So Bitcoin is just a type of currency, but it's a currency that's stored on your computer or your tablet or your phone. It's tangible. It's intangible. It's nothing you can like hand to somebody. Although I wanted to make sure that I showed you this. In 2017, my son got me a fake Bitcoin. It's not a coin. Like this is actually costing some money and it's heavy and it's, I don't know, gold plated or something, but it's stored in your computer and you transfer it back and forth electronically. And what makes it really cool is that it's kind of like a check and balance system. Everything is logged. Like if I gave my son $5, who's tracking that? Who you can't, right? You might be able to track your paycheck and see what the government is taking out of it, but see what's in your checking account. But when it's quick little things here and there's no track record of it. But for Bitcoin, there's something called the blockchain, and everything is labeled, recorded. Bitcoin came about in 2009, and in 2017, I dabbled in it a little bit. I had heard about it. I didn't really know much about it. I invested in it a little bit back then. Bitcoin was 60. My first portion of Bitcoin that I bought was $6,100. Today it is close to 28, 27 something. I'm not going to look. I'm tempted to look. But yeah, I drove my family nuts talking about it, and I found some 50-page, remember, I found this 50-page article about Bitcoin and I printed it out. And then I was telling my friend about it and I photocopied 50 something pages for him. 2017 seems like it wasn't that long ago, but it was long enough ago that that's how you did those things. So Bitcoin's pretty cool. You'll see today, first of all, everyone's talking about it. People, Amazon, tons of companies, big sports athletes are getting paid in Bitcoin. I feel like it won't be long before your employer might offer you Bitcoin to be paid in. What was I gonna say? Oh, when you go to the grocery store now, you see there's Bitcoin like ATMs at the gas station down here in my little town. There's an ATM. So what you can also do as an investor, which we don't do, is you can buy and finance these Bitcoin machines and put them in locations, and then you get paid as people make transactions and all of that. So you could be a Bitcoin ATM distributor if you wanted. Just another job, but yeah, Bitcoin's pretty cool, and you don't have to buy a whole. Now I'm tempted to see what a Bitcoin is. Right now, a Bitcoin is worth one Bitcoin goes for $27,096.50 right now. And it changes just like the US dollar and everything. It's up and down, it's breathing just like the candles that we'll talk about. So but the cool thing about Bitcoin is that you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. It's that there's all these decimal places after it, and it's divided up by 8 decimal places. And so you can buy any portion. You can buy any portion of a Bitcoin that you want. You could buy $50 worth of a Bitcoin, $10 worth of a Bitcoin. You could buy up to $27,000 worth of Bitcoin. You could buy 10 Bitcoin. You can buy whatever portion you wanted. And that's how I started. I bought $500 worth of Bitcoin. And the next day I went up by 1,000. I'm like, I'm going to buy some more because look at what just happened. And I happened to get in when it was $6,100, 78 and 8,000 something. I was buying portions of it. And then that was shortly after the year that it went up to $20,000. I'm like, look at me. And then it came back down. Like, look at me. But yeah, it's safe, reliable. You're going to hear more about it. And FYI, we send it back and forth on something called a Bitcoin wallet address, Bitcoin address, and your banks, your major banks already have Bitcoin addresses set up for you. You just don't know it yet, but they're going to roll that out for you and slowly turn away from the US dollar and start dealing in Bitcoin. And wouldn't it be great to already know something about it? But I'm saying this to tell you that when you're trading with a broker, we start with Bitcoin and we put it's through the Bitcoin blockchain through to our broker. And it's easy to do. I'm going to do videos on the steps. And once you convert it, then it's just back to US dollars. It's going to show you my my accounts, but I really can't. I really can't show you my accounts. But so what I wanted to tell you is it's not scary, right? This is not anything to like, oh, I don't know anything about it. He didn't know how to drive a car, right? You're not a rocket scientist. You're not a big time lawyer. Maybe you are. I don't know. But these things you have to learn about. Like I learned about it. I learned how to be a teacher. I learned how to drive. I learned about FOREX. And now I'm teaching you. So you have to be open to, if you want your life to change, you have to learn something new. Otherwise, you're going to be stagnant and stay where you are. So the other really cool thing about Bitcoin is that unlike fiat money, our current digital paper money, fiat, there's a limit on it. Like the government is printing and printing and printing more money. This debt ceiling, they're printing more money. Inflation's going to go up. It's going to be more costly to buy just about everything that we need. Just wait. But Bitcoin has a limit on it. And if you think back to, I mean, I'm an econ major, but if you think back to just basic supply and demand, right? The less you have of something and the more people want it, the more the price is going to go up. So as an investment, it's good to think about having some Bitcoin in your back pocket. Because as we get closer to the supply limit of 21 million Bitcoin in circulation, like that's it. We can't make any more. It's not being made. It's not like the printing of paper money that's backed by nothing, right? There's a limit to Bitcoin, so it's going to have some really intense value in the next few years. And I'm really excited about that. I'm already planning for that part. But anyway, you're going to need some to fund your broker account. And again, I'm going to do videos on that. But I wanted to show you a couple of things. So what I wanted to show you was this. This is a USD, US dollar, United States dollar to BTC, which stands for Bitcoin. BTC is like the nickname for Bitcoin. We all call it BTC. So this tells you how much a dollar is worth, or how much $100 is worth. I use this all the time. You can see it's up here in my my bookmark tabs. And I'm just watching this on my phone because last time I did this video, it didn't record properly. So I want to make sure that I can see what you're seeing. So let me go down here. I did not put my do not disturb on my phone. So you can see $1 US is worth 0.000037. So this didn't go all the way to 8 places, but it's there, trust me. So if I put in $100, that's worth 0.0037 Bitcoin, or $1,000. I'm using the same number, 0.03. So any number that you can think of, let's do 2023. 2023 is 0.07 Bitcoin. So you can see, and if we switch it, 1 Bitcoin, if we put a 1 here, 1 Bitcoin is, oh, it went up, 27,115. So you can see how much. So if you wanted to fund your account, your broker account, and you say, Cindy, I'm ready. I have $300. I want to start trading. Okay, so let's figure out what you would need for Bitcoin. Okay, so we would just put $300 over here in US dollars. So you would need 0.011 of Bitcoin. And this whole exchange is pretty easy once you get going. I definitely have to put do not disturb on my phone because I just see all these messages flashing up. Okay, sorry about that. So how do you get Bitcoin? I don't want you to go to one of those gas station, grocery store ATMs, because they're going to charge you a high fee. They're going to charge you a high fee, higher than a transaction fee, because we get transaction fees on everything. Okay, but there are 3 specific places that you can purchase Bitcoin from. One is a place called Coinbase. And you may have heard of that, or maybe you haven't. Oh, good. So it's working now, because it wasn't working during my last video, which is why I'm redoing this. So you can sign up for Coinbase, and it just verifies it's you, and they want to see some pretty decent credentials to verify it's you, and you would want that, right? They would want, you know, I don't think they ask you for your social. I don't think they do. I forget. But whatever they need, that's what I gave them. I used Coinbase for several years. Their fees were okay. They were just a little bit slow. They seemed to get slower as the years went by. So then when I put money in from my bank account, because they're like, oh, what do you want to buy? I want to buy 0.011. What was that? The $300 of Bitcoin. Oh, so how are you paying for it? Oh, with my banks. You would connect the bank, my Bank of America account. I've never had a problem. I don't know anyone who's ever had a problem. But what started happening is that when I purchased it, it would take several days, like 9 days to get it. And I'm not sure why. And I got really frustrated. And so I broke up with Coinbase. But I know a lot of people who still use them, because with Coinbase, you can also buy a whole bunch of other, I think you have to log in, a whole bunch of other buy and sell crypto, whole bunch of other cryptocurrency. I'll say just create an account. So anyway, I still have my Coinbase account, but what I have now is I use Cash App. Okay, I use Cash App as my main exchange. And as you can see, you can buy Bitcoin through Cash App. Super easy. And I'll do videos on all these. Coinbase, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure if I even remember my login. I have it somewhere, but what I would do is do a video on what I use, which is Cash App. And that's super simple to use. You pay your friends with it in cash. I pay my kids in crypto. I pay friends in crypto. Happens like that, back and forth with a small transaction fee. Super easy, super quick to fund your account. The other place, the other exchange is, and I know most of you have heard of this, is PayPal. And look, you can also use this as an exchange and get crypto here as well. I have not I'm sure there's videos on how to do it, but I know people who do it all the time. That's their main place. My main place happens to be Cash App. So once you do that and you set up a Cash App account and you say, hey, Cash App, I'd like to buy $500 of Bitcoin, and they pull it from your bank, and then it's just sitting there in a wallet. It's sitting there in a wallet. Okay. Which is a long alphanumeric address, and you can just copy it and it's copied and saved. So then you want to get that to your broker, right? And we're going to do videos on all this. I just wanted to go over the process with you. And I actually think I'm going to show you my broker exchange, and then you can see like how easy it is. And to transfer crypto back and forth is literally not even, it's 4 or 5 buttons on my phone, and that's it. And then it's on its way. So let's go over and take a look at that. So here we are at my broker, my trading broker. They're called FXWay. And I feel like I did a video on this. I've only had 2 separate brokers since I've been trading, and almost 4 years. Gosh, is it 5? This whole time I've had one other broker, and I've only come to FXWay the past couple of years because things are cheaper here. I'll just say that because I don't want to overwhelm you. So this was a better option for me, and it's really super easy to use. And I just log in. And I'll show you that really quick. And that's going to be our little lesson on Bitcoin. So it's asking me for a code that it just sent to my phone. So that way it's super safe. Like it just doesn't open it up. If someone got a hold of my phone, it just wouldn't open it up. It would, or try to get into my account. They would also need my phone. So, here's what it looks like. And if you want to deposit funds into your account, okay, it asks you what kind of cryptocurrency you would like to make that deposit. It's cryptocurrency, guys. So we always use Bitcoin. And I'm going to walk you through most of this, and then I'm just not going to initiate it. What wallet? Well, I have a wallet here that already has some Bitcoin in it. I only deal with Bitcoin. Okay. And if you put it in USD, it still has to come in as Bitcoin, and you could put it here, but I just automatically put it to BTC. This is the way that I learned, and this is the way that I know. Because if you put it in USD, you'd have to put it back into Bitcoin, put in Bitcoin. How much do you want to deposit? Well, what did we say? $300? Oh, so $300 was 0.011, remember? And then it will redirect me, and everything I hit, nothing happens until you confirm it. So it brings you to a payment page. And I'll do a whole video on this. This is just like talking about Bitcoin and showing you a few things. It's not a scary place. It's just a place. Like if you've never been, like if you went to Tuscany and you've never been, welcome to Tuscany. And it gives you, here is this big long address. You don't have to remember. I'm just going to hit the copy key. What I would suggest is that you remember some of the letters in here. Like it almost looks like VFP tab, and maybe the last few ones, ZWY, YFN, just like, oh yeah, that was it. Just like a quick visual confirmation. So I've copied this, right? I copied this address, and then what I would do is go to my Cash App account, and when in your Cash App account, it's like, hey, do you want to buy, sell, or send? And I'd say send, and say, hey, where do you want to send it? Right here. And you would copy this address right in that spot. And you would confirm it, super easy. So that's 1, 2, 2 or 3 presses here. Go over to my Cash App account, sell, copy, confirm, and now it's on its way. Now it's going to be on its way to my broker. Like that's it. Where am I going? Right here. I want to go back. So what's happening now, since I did not do that transaction, is that it's kind of hanging out here. It's going to go, you didn't send us anywhere. So this guy's going to be yellow. You didn't send us anywhere. You didn't send that 0.011 anywhere. It's not approved. It's not going anywhere. And this one was one I did as an example the other day in the video that didn't fly. So I'm just going to cancel this one. Cancel deposit. Yeah, we're just doing a video, FX way. Like, leave us alone. So that's what I wanted to show you. That's what I want to show you. Not super scary at all. It's just something that you don't know. But, you know, to be a Forex trader, you need to know these things, and it's easy. Trust me, I did it. I did it. I asked questions if I needed to. Keep in mind, I'm always here on this tier. You get an hour of training included in it. We pick one evening a week, so that's easy for people, or I'll make exceptions while I can. And what else did I want to say? Like, times are changing. Times are changing, folks. They really are, and you have to keep up. You just can't hear about Bitcoin on the news and go, I don't know. You need to know. 1% of the world understands Bitcoin. 1%. Be in the know. And this is part of it. To be an independent trader, to travel and trade, to pay all my bills and take care of my family, and do it all from my phone. Like, how lucky am I? How lucky am I that I learned this skill? I'm gonna come off my phone. Hold on, because my face is here. Yeah. How lucky am I that I was able to learn the skill of trading, right? And understand it. And, you know, I'm just a teacher by nature. I've always loved teaching. Like, the minute I had kids, I'm like, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. I started teaching Sunday school. I became a preschool teacher. I went back and got my post back in education. And then I ended up in middle school teaching kids who were falling behind and not able to make benchmark in middle school. I was teaching them how to read and do phonetics because they just never got it. I mean, can you imagine going into 8th grade? You're like finishing, you're finishing 8th grade, going into high school, and you're at a 4th grade level. And you're not even, maybe you don't even know it. You just know, like, you can't keep up and you can't read. And I love teaching, and I love not the urgency of teaching, but this is a life skill, just like reading, guys. You need to understand your finances. So I think the next video that I'm going to be doing is how to do this bad boy stuff from your phone. We're going to, like, be on the phone. I'm going to show you how it works. And I'm just super excited to have you here. And this is something you can do while you're still working, for sure. A ton of my clients are still working. I know many people who this isn't their independent lifestyle yet, but they want to retire early. They want to supplement. They want to get out of their toxic job. They're tired. Their body's tired. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Have a good night.